Hey everyone, it's the Yellow Chili with another episode of Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival Basics. I have decided to return to our Arid starter game to continue this Basics Explained series, and I am, as you can see in the top left corner, on Alpha 12. Version Alpha 12, non-experimental, has been released for about a week, I believe, maybe a few days more. And they were talking about implementing a so-called legacy mode that would let you play older save games without the benefits of the new features. So we are not going to have the new Galaxy in this game. And also, this may be a little more complicated because we are running the Project Eden mod. And that one has been updated too. So I am, in fact, a little curious as to whether we're going to run into any bugs or anything, if everything goes as planned. So let's see. We are in our base, luckily. I was able to load the game, but when I loaded it, the first thing that popped up was an error message saying there was an internal error that occurred. Let me bring you up to date. First, I think what I added since the last episode is this additional room here, where I put in a container controller for ammo. I think we only had an ammo box before, or we had the container controller somewhere else, so I added that. I added a weapons and toolbox, in which I added the armors, the boosters that we have in excess, and of course all the weapons. I didn't use a container controller for this because usually with only weapons and armor and boosters in it, you will not run into volume problems. So the only thing that limits this container is basically the number of slots that it has. So that's why I'm only using a regular container here. I also added the two medical devices. As you can see here, this is the basic medic station, which replenishes your health and I think heals open wounds too. And that's about it. But technically you're able to survive almost any injury by just repeatedly using this medic station. It'll say first aid at the bottom left, and that just means that your health increases, and it does increase quite rapidly. Then also I added this one just because I could. As you can see, it tells you what this does. Hold on, there's an info box. This is medical station type 3. It heals broken leg, closed fracture, open fracture, and mutilation. I added this because I am probably most likely to get fractures and broken legs on this planet. I don't think there are other things that we need to heal, and I think the game sound is very, very not turned up, so I'm turning this up right now. I also turned down the music for another game that I was playing. You guys should be hearing this now a lot better. And yeah, so the last thing we did was go to the moon, and we did bring back a few very cool things. I am not 100% sure whether I unloaded the stinger. It appears that I did, and I loaded the save game before. And when I loaded a different save game because I didn't want to ruin this one that we're playing. So when I was the other save game that I loaded, I was still on the moon, and it said that I was too heavy to lift off. In fact, so let's double check the thrust on this thing because it might be. Well, we have a lot of thrust remaining here, but in Alpha 12 they added a few changes to the whole volume thrust stuff, but it appears it handles quite nicely. This is the rebuilt Stinger. I think we did this in the episode before we went to the moon. So if you haven't watched the last episodes, you might want to check it out because the Stinger is now quite differently looking. It looks a lot more like a truck now, but we needed the extra cargo capacity, and we now have a warp drive. Let's check out the map. As you can see, this is the new map type for the Galaxy, which we do not have, because we don't have Galaxy view here. We have... Whoops! We're suffocating again. Why are we suffocating? Oh, probably because we were not wearing our helmet. Now I can show the medic station, that's quite nice. So let's go back to this galaxy map. I think it has changed a lot. Oh, wow. So apparently this is some hybrid form. Sorry about that, that was my alarm. Apparently this is some hybrid form that consists of the old galaxy map, but at the same time sort of removes the warp lanes. So this is really interesting. Like you... Wow. So let me explain the difference. In Alpha 12 you have a lot of systems which are displayed here, and then you travel between systems that have about, I'd say, 3 to maybe 10 planets or asteroid fields, and they're usually only about this size. And in Alpha 11 we had a system and we had warp lanes in between. So now basically what we have is we have the large system we retained from Alpha 11, but we do not have warp lanes anymore. We can basically go anywhere we like, within the limits obviously of our warp drive. Wow, this is real interesting. We're gonna have to check that out. Anyways, some stuff's ready to be harvested. Oh, I think the peas too. So let's put the peas, I'm sorry, the pears. There is peas too, I believe, but we don't have any. So the food processor should probably put the finished products in here too. But we can't really make anything right now except fruit juice, and we don't really want to make that. So, yeah. What else do we have on this planet? Was anything reset? We don't see any POIs. Wow, although we had them discovered earlier. This is probably partly due to the fact that we now need to use the scanner. We didn't have a scanner on our vessel before, so we're gonna make one right now. The detector, I'm sorry. The scanner is probably the thing that we have in our inventory. This one is it's also a detector. This is the ore scanner, yeah. So, finish this, please. Put this in the output. Thank you. Because it now has a function, as opposed to Alpha 11, where the detector was actually not just pretty much, it was just useless. Like, you didn't need one. You would still be able to discover all the deposits and POIs, but now the detector is actually needed. And I will show you how to use this. We're gonna go for a little tour, and I think we're just gonna fly westwards because this is where the sun is. Now, if you select the detector, as you can see from the toolbar down here, it's now treated as a weapon, and you can now use it to discover POIs. So there is an unknown artifact here. I think this is the one we already destroyed in the past. So that's why it's displayed in white, because alien POIs are actually, whoops, let's not mind that error, are actually displayed in purple. Okay, maybe not. So we just discovered this. But this is the one we already looted, right? Okay, there's a lot of errors occurring. I just hope that... Oops. Yeah, we looted this before. So the game did save that information. The advantage of this is you can scan and also take a look at the map at the same time, and it'll tell you, oh, there is a resource deposit. It won't tell you what it is until you get closer, but it will tell you that there is one. Also, there is a crashed Sentinel rear, we might want to check that out because sometimes it has some good loot or parts to salvage. So we're gonna check that out right now. And look at the weather; it's beautiful here. If you guys have been following my other Let's Play where we're on the dead planet, the planet is just, it's not beautiful at all. It's dark, it's cold, it's radiated. You really don't want to be there, but this, I mean, this is beautiful. Not counting the internal errors that we have. Where's the Sentinel? Oh, it's in the water. I think these errors come from us discovering POIs that we have discovered in the past or in past episodes. Because usually, before, you would only discover POIs when you got close to them. But now, we apparently already got close to that thing, but the scanner things, we are rediscovering it. So it should actually be displaying type aircraft turret. Was that here all the time? We don't have a shield, so we don't want to get close to that. Sorry guys for the weird view. So we're now discovering this abandoned drone base, which is also a good POI to loot. We might do that in the next episode, so you guys can see where that core is. Wait, didn't we already do that? No, I don't think we did the drone base. We did the abandoned reactors, the two, right? Ancient temples, no mainframe, anti-aircraft turret. Yeah, I think we did abandoned reactors, but I wonder why we can't see them. This is really weird. Anyways, I'm only gonna do 2 or maybe... I was originally only gonna do 1 more episode in this Let's Play and then start over in Alpha 12 because I was afraid this would be very buggy, and as you can see, we're encountering errors in very rapid succession, so... One other thing that was changed is the Polaris territory. This is now sort of yellow, brownish, whatever you want to call that. Instead of blue. Polaris used to be blue, and it's gonna take me a while. I'm still not used to Polaris being this yellow, brownish color. Let's just make sure we have a good reputation with them. Yes, we do. Great. So if you're neutral with somebody, regardless of Polaris or Xerax or Talon, if you're neutral with a faction, you can freely pass through their territory without having to fear any repercussions. So, alright, I think what I'm gonna do is discover this rest of the undiscovered areas here, and then I will see you back at the base. Alright guys, we're back. We're not at our base, but we are in Xerax territory. We're not going to mind them though. We're going straight towards a submerged tank that I think we have discovered in the past, but I don't think we've looted it. Now for the sake of showing off this POI that still exists in A12 created maps, I will show you what's inside, because this thing is actually not so bad. We're gonna turn this off, make sure there's no drones around, and this is also where the detector comes in handy. What? Oh, radiated fog. Because you can just scan and look around, and you will now see enemy drones, for instance, in the sky, or enemy buildings at a distance. So since there's radiated fog going on, we might want to try to find a protected tile, which is like here. Because this tile is apparently covered by this block, which means that we can safely stand there without being exposed to radiation. Now, if you guys decide to jump down here, it's a good idea because there's some loot in here. So there's 2 containers down here, and they are, let me equip the multi-tool. This is rare, this is rare as well, and I think that's another rare container. They're rare, so there's a chance they contain some pretty good stuff. They will definitely contain some decent stuff. But rare containers may also contain some more than decent stuff. We're gonna go down here. I want to show you what happens when you go down here, because you will be... Whoops, we don't have any ammo. So let's say this was a warm welcome. And I'm glad these guys are rather stupid. Alright, I think there's only 2. I may be wrong, though. Okay, it's freaking 59C out there. So, alright. We're gonna load this into the container controller. There's one projectile pistol that's quite worthless. We do have 16 large fuel packs that are quite good. Those will be able to power our base for a long amount of time, and also the Stinger. There's one auto miner core that will generally facilitate mining. There's 4 health packs that we can always use. There's more health packs, more of the fuel packs. There's Sathium, a detox kit, and another T2 multi-tool, which we already have. Let's see what's in here. There's a T2 shotgun. Let's exchange that right away because it has weapons you find are generally loaded. And then there's a medium armor, a decontamination kit, which is very nice against dermal parasites. And then there was a detox kit too. So now let's see, how are we gonna get out of here? I think there is, yeah, you can just jump up here. And then let's get out of here, because this is all you can loot here, except for the materials. But we really don't want to loot those because we don't need them. Okay, so let's get back inside where we're safe from the radiated fog. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use the scanner again. Yeah, and just in case you guys are wondering, I will not make another video of that, period. Because on the way to this submerged tank, I encountered, I believe, an internal error every other second. And I'm not kidding, I'm not even exaggerating. It went like this. So there's internal errors in masses. So we will have to start again to start a new game in Alpha 12. I'm very sorry about this. But hey, there's also a good side. You will not have to, if you want to go back to older episodes, you will not have to listen to all those videos where I forgot to record the game sound. Yeah, so I am wrapping this up while we're on our way back to the base, which I'm going to record for the sake of this video. Let me tell you that this was fun. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or ask me directly. If you want me to address any more topics regarding... Oh, this is just really annoying. Regarding base construction or structural integrity or stuff, or radiated fog, if there's anything you don't understand. If you want to know more about trading, I can assure you that we're going to be doing that in the next Let's Play that I do on an arid starter, or maybe something similar, maybe also a desert planet or a swamp planet. I'm not sure about that. And also we're definitely gonna do some trading in the Dead is Dead Let's Play on the Dead Planet. Yeah, so I was asked if I could upload the Stinger to the workshop, which I am probably gonna do because I think it is a great ship. Probably not the way it is right now, because this is not a very good ship. The Stinger we had before is an incredibly good early game small vessel. Because it looks kind of cool, it offers a decent amount of storage from the container controller we used to instead of the cargo boxes, and it also has decent thrust and weapons. So I was really happy with how it turned out. So I might upload the basic version of the Stinger to the workshop. And this one I'm probably going to save. If anybody really wants to have it, I can upload that too, but right now I'm not planning on doing that. So this is also an interesting effect of radiated fog. Your night vision is kind of useless in it. So I am a fan of radiated fog. I think I said this before. Not because it is a mechanic I like very much, because it is potentially very hazardous to you, but it adds so much to the atmosphere of the game. It adds so much to this game actually being a survival game, because this is stuff that can occur on a random planet, and you're gonna have to face it if you want to survive. So this is also a reason I tend to build a base as early as possible, or at least have a shelter that I turn into a base, as we did in this Let's Play, just to be safe in case there is radiated fog. If I'm on single player, then I sometimes don't even sleep through the night or anything. I just enjoy being inside and being safe from it. Like I said, it adds to the atmosphere, and you can also do a lot of stuff inside your base while the weather is frightful outside. So there's a lot of other effects that are even more hazardous, like hail or heavy acid rain is my least favorite, because it kills you within a couple seconds. And I was once on a multiplayer server where I had heavy acid rain occurring to me, and I had the choice of leaving and disconnecting and only coming back when the acid rain was over, or trying to fight my way through it. Well, I decided I was gonna try to stay alive. I didn't succeed, and I died about 20 times because I was unable to find shelter. So yeah, that can happen too. So we're gonna go back inside, take off our helmet, and harvest our plants or our vegetables and sweetener for the last time, and our corn. And that is it. One last tip, by the way. If you save blueprints of bases or of capital vessels, and you have growing plots in here, remove the plants before you save the blueprint, because otherwise the blueprint will not be spawnable in a multiplayer game, and potentially not in a single player game, depending on your settings. So the growing plots themselves aren't a problem, but the plants are. You cannot have plants and blueprints, so remember to remove those, and also remember to check for plants that you might have placed in blueprints if you are unable to place that blueprint in a game. That is going to be it for now, guys. There will be a new series quite soon. I am certainly hoping to see a lot of you in the next series, and still unsure as to what kind of planet I'm going to pick. Maybe I will save this base too. I am not sure about that either. But like I said, hoping to see you guys there. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, leave a message or two. Tell me what you liked and hated about it. And I will see you in the next series. Bye-bye.